Sorry about that. It's hard to hear from back there. We couldn't quite hear you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for hosting today's All Candidates meeting, and to all of you for taking the time to be here. My name is Iona Bifolchi, and it has been my pleasure to serve the residents of Wasaga Beach for 16 years. I bring 8 years' experience as councillor, 4 years as deputy mayor, and the last 4 as your mayor. I have also served for 8 years as a County of Simcoe councillor. I've been chair of the county's Affordable Housing Advisory Committee, as well as the Regional Government Review Task Force Committee. I bring experienced leadership that respects legislation, policy, process, as well as working collaboratively with staff and other members of council. This is imperative to delivering on the commitments we make to you as we stand on this stage and ask for your vote today. At the beginning of the 2018 term, Council collectively determined our priorities, which were based on what we had heard throughout the campaign. I am extremely proud that we have met all of the priorities set. I believe my years of council experience, dedication to being at the office every day, and working alongside a professional team of staff, we were able to deliver on our commitments made to you. You will have received in the mail my brochure that lists my commitments to you for the next 4 years. My website goes more in depth on each of my commitments, and I hope you find the time to visit my site. Looking ahead over the next 4 years, there is still much to do. I am committed to the following: ensuring the new Twin Pad Arena and Library opens on time and on budget, conduct community consultation on a number of items, the types of events you want in our community, ways to enhance public transit to serve you better, how best to use the annual dividend the town will receive from the casino, as well as gain your input as to how you want to preserve and enhance the town-owned portion of Beach Area 2 as a space for residents to enjoy. I pledge to work with community groups, including arts and culture organizations, to identify opportunities to utilize space in our town facilities and schools where community partnerships are in place. Ensuring the beachfront redevelopment continues to move forward, revitalizing the area and providing new commercial and outdoor spaces, and removing the current financial burden on taxpayers. Ensuring the town's Economic Development Office continues to engage existing businesses, but also engage in new ventures providing employment opportunities. Continue with the doctor recruitment program that has been great success in bringing doctors to our community. Protect our locally owned utility, Wasaga Distribution, and continue to provide excellent service, reasonable rates, and a dividend to the town each year. Advocate and work with the provincial government to enhance their property holdings, including responsible oversight of operation and maintenance, as well as their need for a parking strategy for their visitors. Continue the respectful relationship with the Simcoe County District School Board, ensuring a secondary school stays on track to be built by 2029-2030 as expected. Continue to seek out grant opportunities to assist with infrastructure projects and community enhancements. Support climate policies based on sound science and realistic economics. Continue to invest in new parks, playgrounds, and outdoor areas throughout the community. Work with the development community and province for opportunities to create new, attainable, and workforce housing. And with the creation of the new Police Services Board, I will raise your concerns and ensure community safety matters are addressed. The promises I made to you in 2018 are promises that I kept. My record is proof of this. I ask that you vote to elect me, Iona Bifolchi, to continue as your mayor. I won't let you down, and I will meet my promises to you once again. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person to the podium is Leslie Farkas for mayor.
Hello, my fellow residents. As a resident, business owner, father, and grandfather, I am very motivated to lead our community, to make the lives of all our residents better. The way we need to do this is to put residents first. All my priorities are aimed at putting residents first. Right now, development is occurring at such a fast pace, much of our environment is being destroyed without any thought for tomorrow. We need to proactively plan to keep our identity as a natural community. The way to do this is to swiftly create and execute a long-term plan with proper community input. This is the key to our success. We will keep our identity as a natural community, allowing us to flourish while protecting what we want to preserve. With our natural assets, trails, river, beach, we have a golden opportunity to be a world-class destination for tourists and residents alike. We will attract businesses and tourists that contribute positively and allow all of us to freely experience our great community while always putting residents first. Ensuring the safety and security of our community, including everything from healthcare and policing to roads and sidewalks. When making these vital decisions, the what, the where, the when, I will put residents first. Every community should have the amenities it needs. Extensive travel should not be a solution. Parks, stores, restaurants, activities, schools, and more. I will attract businesses and establish resources to allow us to build a complete family-friendly community. As a leader of a commercial aviation operation, my years of experience with all three levels of government, as well as leading a unified and motivated team, has taught me that to succeed at any goal, government or business, we need to work together towards achieving the goal rather than getting lost in the personal sparring. In commercial aviation, we employ root cause analysis because when something goes wrong, we do not blame. We discover what went wrong, why, and what can be done to ensure it never happens again. This allows us to focus on the goal while staying unified. Let's make transparency and accountability more than just campaign buzzwords. The current code of conduct says, unless prohibited by law, members are required to share their reasoning for their decisions with the public. I propose we add one word. Let's add written. Written reasoning ensures openness at all times. Currently, some residents do not feel like they are being heard. I will ensure community input. Information will come in from the residents and it will go out. When people don't have information, they make it up. Although the Municipal Act does allow for a broad use of closed sessions, it is time that we, the taxpayers of Wasaga Beach, see what we are legally entitled to see. Limiting closed session council meetings allows us to obtain more opinions. It also empowers our residents with information, because when people don't have information, they make it up. And when council votes, we will now have a written report as to why. At times, some want things that are detrimental. A written reasoning could educate those on the why, ultimately unifying our community and putting residents first. And lastly, let me say there is no Brian Smith Wasaga Beach, Nina Bifolchi Wasaga Beach, Giorgio Mammoliti Wasaga Beach, or Leslie Farkas Wasaga Beach. There is only one Wasaga Beach. And when we realize that, we will be able to move Wasaga Beach forward together. And every day I thank my lucky stars to be part of this incredible community. And as the mayor of Wasaga Beach, should I receive that honor, I will put residents first and make the lives of all our residents better. Because we deserve it.
Next one to the podium is Giorgio Mammoliti.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much, Chamber, for the invitation. Thank you all for being here, and thank those of you that have been supportive in my campaign, and those of you that may be sitting on the fence as well. I think it's important for us to have this dialogue, and I think it's important to do it publicly. I'm Giorgio Mammoliti, and I am running for mayor of Wasaga Beach. My extensive career in politics was wonderful. I was an MPP for many years, moved to North York with Mel Lastman, and then the mega city in the city of Toronto, where I held office for almost 30 years. In that, I was parliamentary assistant to the Minister of Health, the Solicitor General of Ontario, and the minister responsible for the anti-drug strategy. I have been lucky enough to write very extensive reports that speak to housing as a priority, meaning housing that's affordable housing. I've been lucky enough to write the policy at a provincial level that deals with drug addiction and how important that is to communities. I have been a lucky, lucky man. I now am retired up here in Wasaga Beach and have been for the last 4 years, and I call it my home. I've had my home here for 13 years. I want to be your mayor, and I want to be your mayor because it's time for change, true change, change that brings the people first. Change that recognizes that our seniors can't cope the way they're coping today. Change that means that the issues of COVID, the issues of taxes, and high taxes in Wasaga Beach, I might add, have to be brought forward, and I'm doing that in this campaign. The issues of transit that nobody's talking about. The east end of Wasaga Beach has no transit. We have got to make sure that we, with all the development that's going on in Wasaga Beach, are ready to serve the public the way they deserve to be. You're all taxpayers, and you deserve the resources at Town Hall. You deserve recognition. You deserve a Town Hall that's going to listen to you. You deserve a Town Hall that isn't going to give you only 15 seconds to speak. I've been talking to you at your door for the last 3 months, and I have heard that taxes are an issue. I've heard that fees are an issue. Why is it that you have to pay to park in municipal parking lots? Why is it that you have to pay at the dump site because of bulk pickup and the fact that Simcoe has decided to do away with the bulk pickup at your curbside? Why is it that you're getting charged for garage sales? You're being feed to death. You're being taxed to death. You need someone to come to the bat that knows what he's doing, knows how to make the change immediately, and won't be training to do it. I'm serious about this job, folks. And I know that some of you are concerned about Toronto and spending all my time in Toronto, like many of you, by the way, who've decided to make this your home. I did too. I can guarantee you this. I live in Wasaga Beach, and the changes I make are going to be for you. My dedication to you will be staunch. It will be dedication to serving you like I did 100,000 people in my old riding. Thank you very much. I love the questions. I wish we could have time for more, and I look forward to representing you over the next 4 years. Thank you very much.
Next to the podium is Brian Smith.
I'd like to thank the Wasaga Beach Chamber of Commerce for hosting this event today, and my family for all the love and support they give me on a daily basis. I'd also like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time and caring about our community to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeking your support in this election because I believe that I, along with you and a new council together, can build an even greater Wasaga Beach. The current mayor and council have set this community back for many years and put us on a path to over $100 million in debt. They have overpaid by millions of dollars for lands belonging to their supporters and business associates and have undersold your beachfront lands by tens of millions of dollars just before lame duck. 77 out of 160 staff approximately have left the town because of a toxic environment created by this council. Ask yourself why. Better still, today, ask them why. In my past term as mayor, I faced the same treatment caused by the mayor and council, the many lies about Wasaga distribution, the big lie about the OPP investigation that cleared my name 2 years and 4 months before the election. Today is about moving our town forward, however, in a positive, affordable, and sustainable manner. And I believe that I have proven my ability, my knowledge, the will, the love for community that I was born and raised, to work with you to make our town's future the best it can be. To build relationships, not tear them down. To bring world-class developers to our community. To work with other levels of government for major investment in our community. I will work with a new council and do it again. To move us forward from where we are today, not by starting over. To rebuild the reserves back to a level that we can feel comfortable and prepared for any issues that may come our way. In my last term as your mayor, we built your reserves by an unprecedented $18 million in 4 short years. to treat all staff, council members, and taxpayers with the respect and dignity that you deserve, and to improve our infrastructure to deal with the level of traffic that we face today and well into the future, to build proper sidewalks for safe pedestrian travel for our citizens, to improve the way we plow your streets, to remove the windrow placed in your driveway as every plow goes by, to improve public transportation and include our citizens with extended hours and coverage of our complete town, to reopen Beach Drive and make our beach access available to all citizens, to fight as I did before to bring a high school to Wasaga Beach. Waiting until the year 2030 is simply not acceptable. To reopen the walk-in clinic that this council closed, sending us all out of town for much-needed medical attention. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our town and our future, and change starts at the top. If we work together, we can and we will make Wasaga Beach the best place to live, work, learn, and play. To get there, we need experience in getting good things done, experience in working with other levels of government for a good Wasaga Beach, experience working with world-class developers to help us rebuild our community, and experience with a track record of treating everyone with respect and dignity. You and you alone have the ability to make that change with your vote. Open, transparent, honest, hardworking, dedicated experience and lifelong love for community matters. And yes, Your Worship, listening to the people and telling the real truth matters. I love our town and I love what the future has to offer. Please help me lead our town to the winner's circle for all of us to enjoy and be proud of. I thank you and respectfully ask for your support in this election.
Thank you, Brian Smith, and thank you to all the mayor candidates for the town of Wasaga Beach. At this time, we're going to go to the candidates for deputy mayor. So the first candidate on my list is Sylvia Bray.
Good afternoon. My name is Sylvia Bray and I'm your deputy mayor. It's a job I take very seriously, and I'm up here today asking you to allow me the privilege to continue to serve Wasaga Beach in this role for the next 4 years. I served as a councillor and then your deputy mayor. I believe experience matters in this role as I represent you locally and regionally through a seat at Simcoe County Council. In fact, of June of this year, I was acclaimed to the board of the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. I now represent our town and our region on a national level. I'm so proud to have earned the respect to sit among 74 municipal leaders and to work together to advocate for a better Canada at the federal level. I love Wasaga Beach, and I'm very proud to call it my home. We've raised our 4 children here, we've started and run a successful business, we spend hours with our grandchildren enjoying all that the town has to offer. Soon we anticipate moving my father here too, so if you don't already know it, I'm here for the long haul. I'm a long-term Rotarian, which often earns you the distinction of being a past president. I was the treasurer for the Women's Business Association and a director on the Chamber of Commerce. I've always been involved in the communities in which I live. As a member of Wasaga Beach Town Council, I'm particularly proud of projects such as renaming a road Veterans Way, developing a Peacekeepers Park to honor our veterans, and our ever-expanding Veterans Banner project. I'm extremely proud of the progress on our new Twin Pad Arena and Library, set to open next summer, on time and on budget. I'm proud the beachfront redevelopment is moving forward after years of false starts. If you haven't yet seen the plans for the fabulous promenade, please ask me, as I would love to show them to you. I am proud we retained Wasaga Distribution, as yes, I do believe it would have been sold if it wasn't for you, the residents, speaking up. I look forward to watching it grow. I'm proud of approving responsible budgets at both the county and local level. This part of the job is probably one of the most important because this determines your services, your facilities, and your taxes. I'm very proud of our new land acknowledgement. It recognizes the past and commits to work together for a brighter future for all. And last but not least, I'm thrilled we have finally been added to the school board's capital planning list. We are one giant step closer to getting a high school in our town. However, there's always more to be done, and the next term of council I will advocate for the following. Preserve Beach 2 as parkland for resident access forever. Promote community safety through speed mitigation efforts, additional sidewalks and bike lanes, continue to build a walk-friendly, cycle-friendly town. Develop a climate action plan that works to ensure a sustainable future. Continue to provide incentives to encourage the recruitment of doctors to serve the residents, all the residents of our community. Continued investments to improve public transit through expanded bus routes and greater connectivity. I will encourage growth, which leads to increased employment opportunities. I will continue to work with all levels of government to develop long-term care options in Wasaga Beach. I will encourage cultural and entertainment growth. And finally, investigate the development of a riverfront park at the town-owned Klondike Sports Park. We own this amazing space, and I believe we could capitalize on the river frontage and design an amazing and functional public space to be enjoyed by all. None of these goals are possible without the support of a team and their willingness to work together by my peers at the council table. False promises and backward steps do nothing for our future. We need to keep the momentum going. I'm running for deputy mayor alongside 2 other candidates. However, I'm the only one with municipal council experience. The moment you are sworn into this position, you have to be prepared, ready, willing, and capable to jump into the mayor's seat should the needs arise. I have served you well these past 8 years, and I'm ready for the future. Thank you.
Next up to the podium is Iona Matthews.
Excuse me. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming. Can you hear me? Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming. And I would also like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for organizing this event. I have lived in Wasaga Beach for 26 years with my husband, Dave, and we've raised our children here. I own and operate Transformational Tutoring, a very patient and caring tutoring service created to promote literacy. With 2 years of university-level English and philosophy, I co-authored and wrote the introduction to The Literate Elite, a book based on a PhD thesis about the history of education in Ontario. I also illustrated a small children's book. For 9 years, I volunteered for a parent committee, which I helped to fund, which I helped to found to help out the Creemore Army Cadet Corps, attended by children from all over Simcoe County, including Wasaga Beach. I organized fundraisers so that we were able to provide all of the cadets with combat outfits so that they wouldn't have to purchase them, since that was an extra item which was not provided. I also volunteered to help organize and raise funds for my friend's house through Jeep shows that took place here in Wasaga Beach. Collingwood Climate Action Team was formed in the fall of 2019, and I became a member at that time. I found that there wasn't much focus on other areas around Collingwood, and I was, of course, mainly concerned about Wasaga Beach. About a year and a half later, I became one of the founding members of the Wasaga Beach Climate Action Team. My position in this organization is VP and Recording Secretary Treasurer. The purpose of this organization is to distribute information on climate change mitigation and to work with municipal councils to help get them on board with a climate action plan. Needless to say, I am very concerned with the effects of climate change, and I feel that we must work much harder to reduce the carbon footprint of this municipality. 47% of greenhouse gas emissions are caused by traditionally built buildings. Besides educating people in our community as to what they can do to help mitigate climate change, there is a lot we can do on a larger scale as well. Being familiar with the relationship between all levels of government and knowing the processes required to work with them is very important in order to be able to acquire from municipalities what they need to function smoothly and efficiently. The diverse needs of all constituents in Wasaga Beach is very important to me because everyone has the right to live a fulfilling life. If elected into office, I will do everything in my power to encourage process to meet this goal. I would like everyone to know that I am not aligned with any other candidate. I am running independently in this election. No one knows who will be elected to this new council, and that is why I am prepared to work with anyone who gets elected. At that point, it's no longer about me or how I feel or about any other individual on council. It's about the people in this town. It's about what we can do as a council solely in the interests of the residents. I don't believe in catering to any private or corporate interests because it's simply not fair. I do not want to be beholden to them. I want to be beholden to you, the residents. I would only support motions that are in the utmost best interest of the residents, and I will fight for this. We must stay optimistic. Where there is a will, there is a way. We need to get back to work on our priorities, which include a walk-in clinic, a high school, even a Service Ontario. We are the only town around here that doesn't have one. And completing the widening of River Road West is also a priority so that children can walk to school safely. And this was put on the back burner, I'm assuming because of the cost of the Twin Pad Arena. Accountability is key to everything. Residents must be involved and be allowed to have their say regarding our big projects, limiting the number of in-camera council meetings to only those that are absolutely necessary. Anyway, I feel like we've been moving in a two steps back direction before we are stepping forward. This time we just need to keep moving forward.
Next to the podium is Tanya Snell.
Hello, my name is Tanya Snell, and I'd first like to thank our Chamber of Commerce for hosting this engaging event for our community. Thank you to all of you for coming today, and my gratitude also goes to the candidates for having the courage and the drive to raise your hand in this year's election. I'm a community builder. I have been in love with this town since I moved here 18 years ago after seeing Colin James play at the Dard. I instantly felt at home with the beachy vibe, and I've been a proud Wasaga Beach promoter ever since. I'm currently the marketing and communications manager for an investment firm. My amazing 16-year-old daughter and our dog Margot love living in our home in the East End. I encourage you to visit my website, tanyasnell.ca, where you'll be able to see my professional resume, my decade of community service, read testimonials from others, and discover the various awards that I've been honored to receive. It has been my privilege to be your elected school board trustee for the past 4 years. I was an integral part of a board who oversaw and provided governance for a $654 million annual budget, serving just under 60,000 students and almost 6,000 staff. I was the vice chair of the programming committee and the alternate for our chair at OPSPA, which is the Provincial Board of Trustees. I have the experience for this role that I'm now seeking your support for. During my time at the table, I was a vocal advocate for our community's needs, and I'm proud to say that we now have a new Wasaga Beach High School and a Collingwood Collegiate replacement school on the board's capital priorities list. I was also instrumental in forging a relationship with our local Tim Hortons locations that secured Smile Cookie campaign money to be donated to our Eat Well to Excel program, which ensures that no student goes hungry at school. This 4-year agreement sees 50% of proceeds from this year and 100% of proceeds until 2026. I am a doer and I get things done. That is how healthy community building happens. You find a need, you take the lead to bring stakeholders together to execute on the solution, and that is what I will do if I'm elected to be your deputy mayor. Like you, I want Wasaga Beach to be a healthy community. To achieve a healthy community, we must have a council that only approves urban sprawl when we know we have the school space for the students and the infrastructure to handle the traffic. It has a council that demands that developers include playgrounds and green spaces and artistic elements in the neighborhoods that they build. Healthy communities also have a council that are independent thinkers who have dynamic and healthy discussions to ensure that the best interests of the taxpayers are always the focus. It is a council that has decorum and always operates in a professional and inclusive manner. It listens to the residents, includes their voices at meetings, and is transparent and open with its decisions. Healthy communities have medical and professional services to serve its residents when they're seeking physical, emotional, or mental help. They are fiscally sound to keep taxes as low as possible without compromising on municipal services or quality of life for its residents. A healthy community has a vibrant downtown proper with accessible walkways, micro-retail spaces, and options of condos and garden suites. Many new properties have been purchased along Main Street in the past couple of years, and these investors are ready to develop. It is absolutely imperative that we have a council who can pull them together so that we have a downtown that has a successful and a cohesive plan. Healthy communities provide multiple resources for transportation, such as safe sidewalks, non-motorized transportation lanes, and extended public transit, ensuring that working residents can get home at the end of their shift. It is a community that has pride in its appearance, pride in its level of service, and is proud of the encounter that both residents and visitors experience. If what I said has resonated with you, and it is what you are wanting for your community, then I would appreciate your vote for Snell for Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And that is your candidates for Deputy Mayor. So for councillors, because there's a lot of them, we're just going to go through the list. If they're not here, I'm just going to move right on to the next one. So the first one on my list for councillor is Ron Anderson.
Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. I've been a long-time resident of Wasaga Beach, and I've also... Sorry. Thank you for coming. It's a nice afternoon. Just a little bit about myself. I've been a long-term resident of Wasaga Beach. I've been coming to Wasaga Beach actually before I was born. My grandparents have a place. I met my wife here. I currently have a business here. I've been in business for over 25 years as a chartered accountant.
Speak up, Ron.
Okay, you can't hear me. Sorry. I currently been in business for 25 years as a chartered accountant. I've been in council in the past for 8 years in total. Some of the areas I'd like to concentrate, Beach 1. The crime of Beach 1 is not how we do it, what developer, what the plan is, but let's get something done. Not having anything done is the worst case of all. I'd like to reopen Beach Drive. There's a lot of people I talk to that want that reopened. It was something everybody did. Summer, spring, fall, winter was always used. We need to complete the twin pads and library on time and on budget. It's probably the largest municipal build project that we've ever done. The next one would probably be the place we're sitting in right now. I'd like to look at using solar panels to reduce the green footprint of the twin pads in the library. Electricity for hockey rinks is a lot. We need to keep property taxes to a minimum. We have a lot of fixed income people in this town that their income doesn't go up as much as our property taxes go up. We have to decide here in town what we do with the casino funds. It's going to be the first time we ever get them, and we have to make good decisions about those funds. We need to go on forward with the high school and move it faster than 2019. We need apartments for seniors, low income, and regular people. We need to continue the doctor recruitment for the town. We also need to open...
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
The next one up is Pam Barker.
Good afternoon. My name is Pam Barker, and I'm a full-time resident of Wasaga Beach for the past 7 years. I am a single mother of 2 kids under 10 involved in sports and activities locally in town, and I have a good grasp of what this community needs in order to thrive. I interact with families on a daily basis as I fulfill my role as both a transit driver and a school bus driver here within Wasaga Beach. I am a member of various committees and most recently have sat on the library board. I decided to run for council because I would like to keep the current progress rolling. We have come so far in the past 4 years, and I believe it would be a shame for everything to come for a screeching halt if council was to change drastically. I will work to represent the families of this town and to attain more family-friendly services and amenities. I would like to see transit updated a small bit. As I drive it, I see that there is a need for an improvement in some certain routes, but we actually have a really great transit system as it is. I would also like to see Beach 1 turn into the jewel it should be. There's this blank slate there and it's ready to go, and this ball is rolling with this current council, so I would like to keep it going. I ask that you vote for me, and I promise to represent you all fairly, and I thank you for your time, and I thank the Chamber of Commerce for holding this event. Thank you.
Thank you. The next one is Joe Blanger.
Good afternoon. I'm Joe Belanger. I bring 7 years of council experience and extensive corporate executive experience to benefit at the council table. My only loyalty is to you, the resident, and our community. I believe I've earned your trust and respect over the last 4 years, and in every decision I make, I only vote for what puts the community first, always. Council needs to listen intently. We need to make sure on an ongoing basis that our priorities are aligned with your wants and needs. 4 years goes by very quickly, so I'm going to talk about the long-term, mid-term, and short-term objectives that I will work hard for on your behalf. Securing a high school for Wasaga Beach, completing Phase 1 of the Beach 1 development, and as a world-class tourist destination and not a high-density 6-story subdivision. Plan for an appropriate housing supply, which is both affordable housing and single-level elevator access, not urban sprawl. Implement a ward system so that we increase both the effectiveness and accountability for councillors in Wasaga Beach. In the near term, improve Beach 1 development plan, improve our traffic and parking strategy, including prioritizing River Road West, commence a downtown development, complete environmental adaptation, and as soon as possible, reopen a medical clinic and expand arts and culture in our community with an annual budget. Please give me your vote, and we will move this town forward over the next 4 years. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick note, can you please hold your applause till after the candidate is completely finished? Would be greatly appreciated. Next up to the podium is Sean Crivera. Crivera.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming today. My name is Sean Severa, and I'm running for council. I'm 42 years old. I'm married with 3 kids, and I've been... Sorry? I'm 42 years old. I'm married with 3 kids, and I've been living on the beach for the past 14 years. My family's owned property up here for the last 50 years, so I'm quite aware of how Wasaga Beach was and how we've progressed. We moved from Brampton, like a lot of current residents have, and I also work in Brampton. I'm a supervisor at the Chrysler plant, and I've been working there for the past 17 years. The best thing about the beach to me was that no matter where you lived, you were either 5 minutes from the party or you're 5 minutes from relaxation. The choice really was yours. This truly is a special town with tons of potential of both excitement and relaxation. And I'd like to help out in maximizing that potential. I'm running for council because I believe we share the same common goals as most of the residents here in Wasaga Beach. We want Wasaga to progress and prosper and be a 4 seasons community for both tourists and especially our residents. The first 10 years we lived here, we really didn't see much change in regards to 4 season attractions. And finally this term, we've seen the beginning and soon to be the finished product of the casino, the arena, and the library. I personally am really excited to see the grand reveal of the arena, as I've played hockey my whole life. And as much as I love that old barn, we are definitely due for a new one. We're finally seeing positive change here in the beach, and I would love the chance to represent you, the residents, in going forward. Why vote for me, or what do I bring to the table? I'm a hard worker, I'm brutally honest, and I'm reliable. I will apply common sense to any decisions, and I'm definitely not afraid to stand up for what's right. I am ambitious and very passionate in everything I do, but most importantly, I'm accountable. So if you haven't thought about it already, please consider checking the box with my name, Sean Cervera, and let me be your voice on this term's council. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Next to the podium is Sasha Rose.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sasha Rose DeLeo, and it's an honor to be here today. Can you hear me? I am a businesswoman with a successful printing company of over 30 years. I'm also a registered certified nutritionist specializing in mental health, stress, and chronic conditions. I'm not a career politician, nor am I affiliated with any corporation, but rather I am your neighbor with the same concerns as you that people go to. I have been drawn to help the less fortunate in our community, arranging for clothes, gifts, and toys during the pandemic. I tried to do more for the community, like helping seniors with snow removal at the bottom of their driveways that the plowers leave behind. My motion was denied by current council, and this is what led me to run for councillor. Having worked as a community liaison auxiliary police officer, helping the community at large seems to me the natural thing to do, especially after this pandemic that has affected so many in our community. Now, I would like the opportunity to do more for seniors, every resident, and business. While the reward of being charitable has been fulfilling, I would like to move forward into council. I'm a strong, passionate individual and a self and critical thinker that works well in a team environment to get things done. I trust with the right information, you can help me make decisions. I will respect and count on your input. I will work hard to be the bridge of civility, not just in council, but in town with my attitude and hard work. Let's bring back the walk-in clinic. No one should have to go to the ER in Collingwood or Barrie and sit there for hours. That is unacceptable. Let's bring back town hall meetings. Residents deserve to know what's going on in our town and how their money is being spent. It's our right to openly let our voices be heard, but in a respectable manner. Every resident should have clear answers to their questions. I will work hard to ensure everyone has a safe place to live, and I will work hard to get a high school for our children sooner than later.
Next on the list is Faye Ego.
Good afternoon. During the campaign, I discovered I enjoy knocking on doors and meeting people from all different corners of the beach. Thank you for coming to meet us here today. I was born and raised in the West End of Toronto. My husband Ron and I moved to Brampton early on in our marriage, where we raised our family and were very involved in the community and business there. Ron and I made the beach our home almost 20 years ago and have been deeply involved in the community ever since. After 4 years as president of the Wasaga Beach Recplex Association, I resigned to run in this election, as I saw that a change of council is needed, and I want to be part of that change. During the 4 years, I've learned more about politics than I thought I'd ever really want to know. I made deputations at council meetings, organized rallies, filed freedom of information requests to our town and the province, consulted with the Ombudsman's Office, the Ministry of Municipal Affairs, and others. It was the last one, Municipal Affairs, that cemented it for me that I want to be on council. There was lengthy correspondence with that office while we worked to save our most precious asset, the beachfront properties. I naively thought the province would make sure that taxpayers had a say. Then I was hit over the head with reality. If the council is not putting the town into the red, the province will not interfere. They asked me, when is your next election? The ballot box is the only place you can make a change. Speaking of going in the red, since 2019, I've worked to seek the truth about the land value for the Arena Library project. MPAC assessed it at $1.4 million and the town purchased it for $5.4 million. All we simply asked for was the appraisal value. Why has the town fought so hard to keep that information secret? We're in our 4th year of dealing with the provincial government and we want to do.
Next to the podium is Fred Haydock.
I have to put my lungs down. Hi, my name is Fred Haydock. I'm running for councillor in Wasaga Beach. I've served on a lot of committees, the HCN, the Policing Committee, Age Friendly, and I've also served on I'm on the Accessibility Committee as well. I've been on that for 10, chair for 9. I made the beach with my committee, because you don't do anything on your own, as exclusive as possible. Because the old saying is, disabled people have money to spend too. And if you can't make that beach accessible for them, they're not going to come here. We worked hard at it. I won the Citizen of the Year in 2015. I got the Champion Award same year from the province. And I just want to be your councillor. I'll make one commitment to you. I won't make any promises I can't keep. I won't make any commitments I can't keep, because there's nothing worse than saying you're going to do something and you know you can't. And I just really want your vote. I've been on the County Accessibility Committee. I worked hard to get that county bus. Remember the county mayor, whatever he is, I can't remember. He came and said, why do you need a bus so bad? I said, well, our residents have to get to Barrie, Collingwood, Stayner. They can't afford a cab. They have to get there somehow. And it got to the point, when they came to our meeting and saw me there, they turned their head away. But you know, we got that county bus. And it's accessible. And I'll work as hard for the residents now as I have on all my committees. Thank you very much.
Next to the podium is Valerie Sangagon.
I seem to be the only different person here. But I want to say that that person will bring you the change that you need. I am Valerie Sangagon. I've been a resident of Wasaga Beach for this is my 3rd year. And I want to say that what brought me to Wasaga Beach, what gave me the thoughts to come here, I'm not really seeing it, and that's why I'm running for councillor. I will not have enough time to really elaborate on what I have to say or what I have to do because of the time that we have here, but a little bit of introduction is that I was a medical doctor. I'm a neurologist. I work at the Baycrest Hospital for some years, taking care of demented patients. I like to help. I've seen a lot of suffering, and I don't want to see that suffering continue with us here in Wasaga Beach. I left medicine because of the suffering that I saw. I helped a lot until I myself, I could not take it anymore. And I switched to computer sciences to try to make it more in the computer world. Now, what I have to do for you people, and what I have to bring, that's why my campaign slogan is, bring me in, let me bring the change. We have gun violence, mental health. We have to improve our infrastructure. Our climate change philosophy here is very different. It's not even moving. Beach maintenance, housing affordability. Residents should have a say in the council. We have to open our council town halls. We have to listen to people. What I've noticed here is that complaints are being made at the council and we don't get the responses. That is not acceptable. Everybody is respected and must be seen as a resident of Wasaga Beach. If you bring me in, I will bring in the change that we all need. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next to the podium is Jim Seeley.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jim Seeley. I'm running for Wasaga Beach Councilor. I moved to the outskirts of Wasaga Beach in 1985 with my new and developing family, where we wanted to give the best to our children in a community where agricultural values were of high standard. In 2009, we moved into town and became permanent residents of Wasaga Beach. Wasaga is where my children grew, our families started their own families, and my wife of 38 years just recently passed away. Wasaga Beach is my home, and I'm proud to say it. I have been president of the Stainer Legion since 2000. I have been the president and now past president of the Stainer Legion since 2017. I continue to aid in the organization of Remembrance Day ceremonies and poppy campaigns in the community. Most of my life I have been in farming and agriculture. In recent years I moved to a construction and labor company that specializes in agricultural buildings and housing. As a homeowner, parent, and grandparent within our community, I have a deep passion to support our community's potential. I want to advocate for the continued growth and prosperity of Wasaga Beach, a great place to live, raise a family, and boost our economy. I value our diverse community's input and will work hard to make sure your voice is heard and action happens. I am a firm supporter of the progress that the current council has made, and it is my intention to continue the many incentives implemented during the last 4 years and to build on the relationships forged with the many developers and businesses in Wasaga Beach's future. Thank you.
Next to the podium is Alan Timms.
Thank you. I am asking for your support. Can you hear me? Can you? Okay, good. It doesn't sound like the mic's working. I am asking for your support to elect me for a seat on council this October. While I have not been an elected official, I have worked with all 3 tiers of government. During my career, I was appointed to the Mississauga Tourism Board, the Mississauga Cultural Planning Committee, and when she was newly elected, Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie's transition team. I served several terms as a president of the Ontario BIA Association and represented over 100,000 businesses across the province. My proudest achievement is a special recognition I received from Heritage Mississauga for dedicated service and commitment to making the community a better place and creating a lasting legacy. I want to do that here in Wasaga Beach. My husband and I bought our home in 2006, and in 2017 we became full-time residents. I served as the town's economic development officer, filling a maternity leave on a short-term contract. I am fully immersed in the beach, currently serving as membership advocacy staff for the Chamber of Commerce, volunteer vendor coordinator for the Wasaga Beach Farmers Market, and I am the current vice president of Probus at the Beach. What is my promise? I am committed to being accessible to all members of the community. I am committed to a beachfront development to reinvigorate tourism and allow our residents the right of access and amenities we deserve. I am committed to keeping property taxes affordable, town services reliable, and expenses under control. I am committed to economic development that will attract new business, retain existing businesses, and create a growing workforce. I will work with council to creatively seek ways to provide appropriate housing for all, and yes, I will lobby for a high school sooner than later. Ladies and gentlemen, you have 5 votes to cast for council, and I'm asking you to consider me for one of those positions. I pledge to bring my independent thinking.
Next to the podium is George Watson.
Friends, we are at a real turning point in the history of our town. This election is a fight for the soul of this community. Construction of our new twin pad arena and library is well underway. This will spur economic development and serve families of today and tomorrow. At the same site, the county will build a second ambulance base to serve our citizens. Our development agreement will see the revitalization of our beachfront, providing year-round retail, residential, public gathering areas, and a beachfront pedestrian promenade. If you like Blue Mountain Village, then you're going to love our new waterfront. Gateway Casinos will open this fall, offering more than 140 good-paying jobs and a revenue stream for the town. The casino will encourage new businesses to open in the West End. We rebuilt our fragmented relationship with the Simcoe County School Board, which has resulted in a high school to be built, plus Catholic and public elementary schools already approved and ready to start construction. Rather than buying into the fear that some are peddling, please embrace hope and optimism about our future. Let's continue to foster a climate that supports job creation, low taxes, and building a progressive community where people want to live. I'll continue our successful doctor recruitment program, work to secure attainable housing, and fight to strengthen our climate action plan. I'll fight for improvements to public transit, more sidewalks, new community garden space, and traffic calming measures in residential neighborhoods. Wasaga Beach has a $100 million annual budget and 150 employees. We need experienced leadership and good governance, not chaos. Let's not turn back the clock. Let's build on the momentum we have. Let's work together to get things done. I am a community builder, and with your support, we will keep our town moving forward. I request your vote so we can continue to provide steady and competent government for all of our citizens. Thank you very much.
Next to the podium for council is Stan Wells.
Thank you, Marty, and good afternoon, everyone. My wife Betty and I have been residents of Wasaga Beach for 50-plus years. 3 of our 4 adult children, their spouses, and our 6 grandchildren live here in Wasaga Beach. When I moved to Wasaga Beach, I instantly fell in love with the town, met my wife, and I'm a victim of that old saying, once you get the sand in your shoes, you can never leave. I still love this town, and I want to continue to serve. I will not make you any grandiose promises. Council is not about me. Council is about we. And working together, I'm proud of what we have achieved over the past 4 years. With Mayor Bifolchi's leadership, the new arena and library is well on its way to completion. We have a tentative deal to revitalize the beachfront, including residential and commercial units, with public access to the beachfront and a wide multi-use public promenade. We have reestablished a strong working relationship with the Simcoe County District School Board, and we are partnering with them to provide town-shared, multi-use, recreational, and arts-related facilities in the new schools. We continue to be in a very strong financial position, and we can benefit from some of the lower tax rates, water and sewer rates, and electricity rates anywhere in Simcoe County. We are working on a new official plan and a zoning bylaw that will reflect current building parameters and the need for affordable, attainable housing and the need for adaptation, resilience, and mitigation of climate change. The preparation for the widening of River Road West, Veterans Way, and flood mitigation in the West is ongoing. The casino is being almost completed. I want to be involved in seeing these and finished. I promise you integrity. Please, when you vote, experience the benefit of experience. Thank you.
Next to the podium is Richard White.
Good afternoon, I'm Richard White. You know, Wasaga Beach is a great place to live, and what makes us great are our residents. We're quick to help our neighbors and lend a hand when we can. You know, a long time ago, Wasaga Beach was just simply some small cottages and dance halls, and that quickly evolved into a great place to retire. Wasaga Beach was quiet, It was affordable and boasted a connection to nature that you just can't get anywhere else. Nowadays, we're busting at the seams with young families, many of whom work in our surrounding communities. And we're busy getting our kids off to hockey, off to school, and other activities. But the commonality amongst everyone that lives here is that we want a town that delivers the basics. We want a safe community to raise our kids in, and we want the affordable living trend to continue. And we want a vibe in town that respects our values. But we are starting to lose some of that to modern politics. Town's council priorities were to terminate the walk-in clinic, terminate and destroy the Main Street Market, and delay the redevelopment of River Road West. Folks, we need turning lanes and sidewalks for our kids to get to school, for people to get to church and to the community mailbox. And we need these things a heck of a lot more than we need to settle political scores. And now we have friends and family of council members being vicious on social media and a slush fund set up for politicians to sue residents should we speak out unfavorably. It's time for change. We want our town back. As a candidate, I want the redevelopment of River Road West back as a priority, and I want the walk-in clinic reinstated. And most of all, we want leadership that represents the residents. So vote for me, and I'll work very hard for you to give you the beach you deserve. So vote early, and with a name like White, I'm at the bottom of the voters list. So start at the bottom of the voters list and vote for Richard White, and then pick some great people to work with.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is your councillors' value for your vote for this election. So my first question to one of the mayor candidates, what assures you we will have parking accommodations for the public at Beach 1? And we're going to ask Brian Smith that question. So if he can go to the podium.
Would you just repeat the question, please?
What assures that you will have ensured there will be parking accommodations for the public at Beach 1?
Thank you. It's a great question, and it's really a simple answer. Whoever your new council is going to be the individuals in charge of making sure that the development at the beach, no matter what it is, has the requirements for you, the citizens, to be able to enjoy our beach each and every day and always, with no limitations. So that new council is going to have to ensure that the developer provides enough parking either at ground source, above ground source, or underground to make sure that the parking is there that's going to be required. It doesn't matter what we do down there, folks. There's going to be parking requirements, and parking structures will be required.
Thank you, sir. Our next question is for the deputy mayors. What are your thoughts on how to use experience to help create a positive, healthy environment for council, town hall, and our visitors to come and hang out with us in the summer? And we're going to give that to Sylvia Bray.
Thank you. So a positive, healthy environment for all. Well, I think a lot of what we do at the just trying to think where we are. At this level promotes a healthy community. We have natural resources with the beach, with the dunes. We have an incredible place. We like to share it with all of Ontario. 80% of our town is actually provincial park. So we are more fortunate than probably 90% of the province in that we have access to these fabulous resources. We have different events that we bring in to invite people to share with us. We, in terms of town and staff, there's healthy promotions, there's helping community. It's kind of a tough question, but hopefully I started, and I encourage you to watch my Facebook feed because I will add more there. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to ask Jim Seeley to come up and answer this question. Are you willing to open meetings to the public? Almost like a town hall, I'm assuming?
I'm very willing to have open meetings to the public. I think it's very important that the public is engaged and could be there to answer questions in front of council during these meetings. Thank you very much. That's about all I can say.
This next question is for Leslie Farkas. Are you planning on a moratorium on beachfront development if elected?
A moratorium at this point, honestly, I think everybody in this community has been waiting way long enough to have beachfront development occur. So a moratorium, I don't believe, is the right option. I think that it's time to open up the council meetings and let the people's opinions be included in the plans that are to go on at the beachfront. The next council obviously is going to have some ability to direct what's going on, and I think that that ability needs to be extended to the residents of our community, because we have not been heard for a little bit of time, and it's time for us to get our opinions heard. And that way, when council does make a decision and we decide what we want to do, and it doesn't necessarily have to go with the public opinion, but the public opinion certainly needs to be considered at this point.
I would ask Tanya Snell to come to the microphone. What experience do you have on council or in real life to qualify you for deputy mayor?
Well, I've been clear that I don't have experience on municipal council, but I have been involved in municipal level of government since my early 20s. I was a youth worker with the City of Vancouver and the town of Pitt Meadows for over 8 years, where I was a strong advocate in regards to parks and recreation, as well as facility development, specifically around skateboard parks. I have been a community advocate in this community of Wasaga Beach for over 10 years. President of the Women's Business Association, where proudly with my board at that time, took a membership of probably 20, 25 ladies, grew it over 65, took it from the red strongly into the black, and as well as my time on school trustee. Thank you very much.
We're going to go ask Ron Anderson to come up. What do you see for our future on the beachfront?
In my opinion, we need to have something on the beachfront, whether it's right or wrong, everybody's different opinion. To build something is the best thing we can do. We're never going to agree on that. So whether we have condos, retail, commercial, it really doesn't matter. We just have to get something built. Thank you.
Because there's so many questions for council, we're going to do about 3 or 4 of these. So we're going to get Sasha Rose Dillio up. Tell us about a time when you worked with a coworker you did not agree with or disliked, and how were you able to work together to solve the problem?
Good question. You have to work as a team. You have to put everything aside and always think it's for the better of the people. Everything you disagree on, you bring it to the table and you discuss it like adults. And always keep in mind, it's for the town, it's for the people, no matter how we feel about each other. Always, always, always for the people. Thank you.
Richard White. If current council is proud of the redevelopment plans, why has town not seen the plans or price? I don't make this up.
You know, to be honest with you, land transaction deals do need to be done behind closed doors. The town does not make purchases or sell lands at their best value when it's open in front of bidders to see, and they need to do it. The biggest point of this is as soon as the deal is done and the public is allowed to know, we should release information right away. That's what promotes transparency, and that's something that I will definitely get behind should I be elected. Thank you.
Pam Barker. How will you benefit the seniors in Wasaga Beach?
Okay, well, I can benefit the seniors because I've got a really good ear, and I spend a lot of time on the busing systems, and I spend a lot of time at events, and by all means, this town is full of seniors, including the parents that I cart around daily. I will benefit the seniors. I'll go to bat for them. I'll listen to what they want, and I will bring it to the council table, and I will work to get things changed or added to help benefit the seniors in this town.
What do you say, for this question? How will you affect change on Beach 1?
Is the question, how would I affect change on Beach 1? Well, I'd like to know what the plan is, first of all. But the change, okay, I do wish to see the sand off the road. That's a historic drive. I see many seniors, I'm lucky where I live, that drive the beach, and there isn't anywhere in town where they can easily view the water. In fact, just on that topic, just that part alone, we've only got a second, I defy most tourists that come to this town to be able to find the water. They'll drive along River Road, and it is so well hidden. So I would make sure that Beach Drive is accessible and viewable to all. Thanks.
Oh, we're going to get Joe Bellingay up for the next question. I just randomly picked these. I have no idea, really. What is your experience for running for council?
Well, I actually replaced Ron Anderson when he had resigned in 2 terms of council. So I've been on council 7 years. But I believe that in running for council, we're faced with decisions where many areas of the public, many people that run for council, may not have the experience where they're making significant financial decisions. In my executive career, I was the Director of Sales and Sales Operations for NAPA Canada. I managed an extremely large sales budget and an extremely large expense budget. If you know anything about the Shark Tank, you get 1 quarter corporate. If you don't succeed, you don't get 2 times. So I held that position for a very long time, and I hope to hold my position in council for a very long time with your support.
Next question is for George Watson. With the many retired folks moving into Wasaga Beach, what are your plans for regarding a future walk-in clinic?
The town is certainly growing, and we do have a slightly larger than the provincial average of a senior population. I do not believe in double taxation. The clinic was costing approximately $250,000 for the year. We already pay for health care through our provincial taxes. The doctors were not participating in the clinic because of the low volume of patients coming through it. None of us got to see our doctor for the last 2.5 years pretty much, so that would have put a big dent in the clinic at that time. And telehealth is actually coming fast. We have a telehealth center in Wasaga Beach, and that seems to be the future. Thank you.
This next question is for Nina Bifolchi. What will you do for the full-time residents of Wasaga Beach that is not tourism related? Young families, retirees, etc.
So for full-time families that are here, I think we are working on things for them already. We are building our infrastructure through the new arena and library. The casino, maybe not family-friendly, but it is entertainment for our locals as well as visitors. We continue to work on our roads, our bridges, and beautifying the community, and we're always open to hear what they're looking for. We start new things, be it pickleball, there's the new frisbee, so whatever they want, we listen and we try to work that into our yearly budget. Thank you.
The next question is for Iona Matthews. Can we have a bowling alley in the beach?
Of course we can. I don't see why not. I'm sure it could be built in with the beachfront development as one of the amenities that we could have.
Next one is for Stan Wells. What amount of levels will you support for Beach 1? What amount of levels will you support for Beach 1?
What amount of levels? Okay, I'm assuming they mean stories. Okay, at the moment, the downtown master plan and the zoning and official plan allow for 6 stories. That's the maximum allowed. That's been a part of the downtown master plan for many years, and that's the amount that could be allowed for.
We're going to go to Fred.
Okay, shoot.
Where do you see our town in the next 15 years?
I couldn't hear. Pardon me?
Where do you see our town in the next 15 years?
100% more than what it is right now. I see this town just growing and growing, getting better and better. When I first came up here 20 years ago from now, the town is just booming, and we should be proud of what we have. And I'm really proud of our town, and I think we should all be proud of our town and keep working towards making it as the #1 destination, not just in Canada or Ontario, but where people come to the world. Like when we see commercials, let's go to Orlando, let's go to Wasaga Beach.
We're going to get Sean up to answer the next question. What experience do you bring to qualify you for representation all of Wasaga Beach?
Repeat the question, sorry.
What experience do you bring to qualify you for representation of all of Wasaga Beach?
As far as political experience, I'd say I have none. But as far as representing people, I'm basically your blue-collar worker. Most of the demographics that are coming up right now are younger families with kids. So experience, I'm living it. And I'm doing what everyone else, the majority, are doing. So that would be the experience.
Ellen Timms. And this is the last council questions, and we'll go back to Mayor. Can you tell us more about the promenade?
Tell you more about development?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that we're going to experience a great deal of development, and I can tell you that now is the time that we have to be grasping smart development. We don't want to see urban sprawl that'll put us in a bad spot down the road. I think we need to work together with public engagement. We need to have a strong planning staff, and we need to make sure that all these people that are coming are going to love the town as much as we do.
Oh, this next question is for Giorgio Mammoliti. What change can you make the council better?
Oh, good question. By the way, I wish there was a debate. I think that you need an overhaul in Town Hall. I'll be honest with you. I think that things are going somewhat awry in Wasaga Beach. And I think that the direction that this former council and the council before that has brought us into an area that we really run the risk of suffering from. I think that we need to change procedural bylaws. I think we need to give people an opportunity to actually speak about everything, not just one or two particular items. I think the committees have to do a better job and politicians have to do a better job of listening to the people. And you do that at committee, and you give people more time to spend. You change the procedural bylaws. Committees recommend to council, and that's how it's done in the rest of this country. For some reason, we feel like Wasaga Beach doesn't have to cater to its taxpayers.
How are you prepared for this position?
I am very prepared. If I decided to stand for councillor, it's because I'm prepared and because I've seen that there are some loopholes in our administration of the council. I'm very prepared to come in and fill in those loopholes. And here for the people, I think our council needs energetic people, which I think I am. I work for the people, I've had experience helping people. As I said earlier in my opening speech, I've been helping seniors. I was a medical doctor Baycrest Hospital, where I dealt with demented patients until I myself, I thought I would become a demented person. So I am here for you people. I will bring in the change that you need. Bring me in to bring the change.
Thank you for that. Next to the microphone is Richard White.
Starting from the bottom. Folks, there's no transparency behind closed doors. I say we open up council meetings to the public and we hear you as we embark on the historic redevelopment of our downtown. I have served as the vice chair on 2 advisory committees over the last 2 terms of council, and I'm asking you for a promotion. So when you go to vote, go to the bottom of that list. Vote for Richard White, and then elect me some really great people to work with as we move our town forward. Thanks.
Next is Stan Wells.
Thank you. I said earlier that I would not make any grandiose promises, but I do promise you this: integrity, common sense, a voice of reason, independent thinking, and good governance. I offer you experience. I've served for 15 years on council, and I offer you my experience going forward. Thank you.
George Watson.
Thank you for being here this afternoon. I have a 62-year family history in Wasaga Beach, 50 years as a business person in this community, 5 decades of volunteerism in this community, 15 years as your public servant working with 3 of the 5 mayors that have been in Wasaga Beach. I am a team player. I am running for something, not against something. I ask for your support to re-elect George Watson as your councillor. Let's get it done.
Ellen Kimms.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging around this long. We've heard some wonderful and inspiring promises to move us ahead. We know that we are experiencing growth that this town has never seen before, but we also know that this housing crisis and rampant inflation is pushing many households into poverty. This we must address. Now is the time to get on top of planning and development that will prevent us from falling into the trap of urban sprawl, isolating communities and making traffic and transit a nightmare. If elected, I will work with council and staff for development densities that protect our natural resources and improve the livability of Wasaga Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, you have 5 votes to cast for council in October, and I'm asking that you consider me for one of those positions.
Next to the microphone is Jim Seeley.
If elected, I will advocate with my experience and determination to bring attention to housing, small business, and infrastructure. My goal is to increase safety, ease traffic flow, and provide a higher level of well-being and equality for everyone. Pride in the ability to enjoy what our town has to offer while also enabling a sense of pride and commitment for years to come within our community. Thank you very much.
Valerie Sandergong.
I always say I'm coming just to fix things and to make this go better for us. I'll just give you one example of what I experienced here. Beach 1, the parking lot at Beach 1, I parked my car there for 2 days. It was a test, and I didn't get any ticket. So we have the laws, but we're not enforcing the laws. We keep having high taxes, high property taxes, which we have many means of which we can raise money and help our citizens. Let us enforce the laws. I'm coming in to fix all those things and let us have a better life. Thank you.
Thank you. Fred Haydock. Yeah.
Look, I'm not a great public speaker, but what I'm great at is working with people, working with the committees, and I promise if I get in, I'll work with you guys as hard as I can. I'll always represent you. We didn't get everything done on our committee that we did by being by yourself. You have to work as a team, and that's how you get stuff accomplished. So I might not be great at public speaking, but I'll tell you one thing, I'm here for you.
Next to the microphone is Faye Ego.
For 4 years, I've worked to make your voice the voice of the taxpayer heard. I will continue just as hard from council to make sure it is listened to. Let's reopen our walk-in medical clinic. And how about a vibrant arts and cultural community? That sector contributes more to Ontario's GDP than any of the other sectors, such as food services or mining and quarrying. Let's have a lively and walkable Main Street. Our founding fathers knew what they were doing. They named it. Tourism is the number one industry in the world. It is our only industry. Our pot of gold is right across that Main Street bridge. It's time to dig up our buried treasure and enjoy it. Let's work together for a Wasaga Beach for all to be proud of. Thank you, Chamber, and most importantly, thank you for your attention.
Sarah Rose Dillon. Sasha Rose.
I hope to meet you personally at your front door, ready, willing, and able to hear your concerns that I will make mine. As your councillor, I will make every effort to ensure that every phone call and email is returned. I will be visible and approachable at all times. This is the right of every taxpayer. With me, you will get transparency and accountability. Let me be your strong voice on council. I know I can get the job done. I'm strong, I'm vocal, and I am determined. Vote for me, Sasha Rosalio, and I promise I will live up to my commitments. A vote for me is a voice for you. You have my vote.
Next up is Sean Rivera.
Good afternoon again. In closing, I would just like to say that I truly appreciate and am humbled by the amount of support during this campaign. When I started this campaign, I didn't know what to expect, but it truly has been an awesome experience. I know I'm a new face, and most of you probably have your top 4 already picked for this position as councillor. I would like to let you know that I'm not going anywhere. I am eager and willing to learn from you and from our leadership. I don't mind being number 5. If you have any questions or would like to sit down for a coffee and pick my brain, please don't hesitate to do so. I actually really like the questions, especially the tough ones. So again, thank you for your time and all the support. Please vote Sean Rivera for council. Thank you.
Joe Vellensgay.
As a member of your council, I have not and will not seek personal benefit. I have never promoted a personal agenda. For me, it's service to you. Each one of us on council has to weigh the information to a decision and make the decision to the best option for our community. And if we don't all agree, that's okay. Let's bring back meaningful discussion, debate, and collaboration to the council table. Let us be more open about what we're doing and what we have done. Vote for Community First candidates in October. Thank you.
Pam Barker.
Taller than most. Okay, my sign placement in town is in no way indicative of who I am as a person or what I represent as a person. It is no secret that I do support some more than others running for council, but what is most important is that I support council and I respect the role it plays in our town. If elected, I promise to vote with honesty and integrity, and I promise to work amicably with everybody else elected onto this council for the betterment of the town. I ask you to vote for me, Pam Barker, for your councillor.
Ron Anderson.
Thank you. I have the experience of being on council for 8 years. I have the integrity, I have the financial skills. My business gives me a unique opportunity to see what goes on in the town on an ongoing basis. Please vote for me in October.
Now we're going to the people that are running for deputy mayor. Tanya Snell.
This is a pinnacle election for our town, and that is why I'm running to be your next deputy mayor. I take this role very seriously. I've worked hard to raise the money to ensure that I can deliver a robust campaign to strengthen my voice, and I've enjoyed meeting so many of you at neighborhood gatherings and at your doorstop. One thing I promise and will deliver on is that I will always raise motions and make decisions that I feel are only in the best interest of us, the residents. Decisions will be made in the next 4 years that will decide the experience and the feel of this town for generations to come. I challenge you to turn yourself into 20 more people. Talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, whoever they choose to vote for, vote. I'd like to thank my family, friends, and so many residents for their tremendous support. Like you, I am proud of where we live. I love this town, I want this job, and I'm ready to serve. Thank you for your support for Snell for Deputy Mayor.
Iona Matthews.
Hi again. In my view, what our council needs is independent critical thinkers who can put our priorities in order. I cannot make any promises because I would be just one vote on council, but what I can do is assure you that I will fight to get council to always work in the very best interests of you, the residents. What I can also promise is that I will be visible, easily approachable, available, and open and honest to everyone, no matter what your views may be. Voting for me is voting for objectivity, accountability, and integrity. Thank you for your support.
Next is Sylvia Bray.
Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for organizing this event today. Closing comments? Well, first, my parents taught me the most important 2 words in the world are thank you. Thank you for selecting me to represent your voice at the council table for the last 8 years. At times it wasn't easy, but I was also raised to stand up for what I believe, and I will always vote with the best interest of our community in mind, even if it is not the most popular decision. I've previously emphasized the importance of experience, and it is your checking my name on the ballot box that has given me that experience. Thank you. I've always studied the issues, provided input, and voted with the best interest of our community, our whole community, in mind. I pledge today to continue to do so. Allow me to be your voice for another 4 years as your Deputy Mayor. My commitment to serving our community is unwavering. Vote for experience, Sylvia Bray for Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
Next, we're going to Brian Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, this election is about our town and our future. We all know that we never make everyone happy. If we go out today and say it's a beautiful sunny day, half the people are going to disagree because they like cloudy days. That doesn't mean we have to be angry or dislike each other. It means we need to make a bigger effort. It takes more effort to frown than it does to smile. It means we need to work harder to bring us together. I do not believe for 1 second that our community is divided, but I do know there's a small group of individuals working hard because they know that united we stand and divided we fall. Perhaps we have fallen. So for now, I ask you to stand with me, stand up together and unite behind an independent, forward and progressive thinking council that will work with you openly and honestly to build our town and our future. Friends, love, care, and community takes work and dedication. I have that love, that dedication for this community. Thank you so much.
Closing remarks from Giorgio Mammoliti.
Thank you very much. You have a choice to make. You can vote for the same old, same old. You can vote the same officials in, and that's up to you. Or you can vote for a proper forensic audit of the books at Town Hall so that we can wean out everything that's happened over the last 2 terms of office, including all the developers that seem to have taken over this town. You can vote for me and make sure that there won't be any condos on Beach 1. You can vote for me because expropriation is a part of my platform there, and I plan on doing whatever I can to stop the condos on Beach 1. And you can vote for me for a real health hub, not a clinic, a real health hub, an addition to the one we've got, an addition to the clinics that we do have already in Ramblewood. I think that with mental health and addiction money, we can get tens of millions of dollars from the province to build on to that particular hub, to serve you, the people that need it the most. You got a choice to make. Same old, or responsible government and Giorgio Mammoliti.
Thank you. Leslie Farkas.
First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for coming. I'd like to thank you all for your commitment to making our community better by staying engaged. Our community is filled with engaged residents. And proper unified approach that puts residents first is the way we can harness that energy and move Wasaga Beach forward together. My fellow residents, it is time that us, the taxpaying public of Wasaga Beach, take active steps to ensure accountability, such as written reasoning, because accountability will not happen by itself. And active steps to achieve proper respect for taxpayers by limiting closed session council meetings. It's our money. We deserve to know. And it's time to increase the voice of our residents at Town Hall. And the way to do that is to fix the policy. Because, my fellow residents, you can change the politicians 1,000 times. But if you do not change the system, nothing is going to change. This election, let's take active steps to improve our community and our government. Vote Leslie Farkas and let's put residents first and move Wasaga Beach forward together.
Nina Bifolchi.
Thank you again for taking the time to be here today. For some time now, there has been continuous misinformation shared throughout the community about town matters and myself. I've heard more misinformation on this stage today, as well as a little bit of innuendo. When you vote in this election, I ask that you do so as an informed voter based on truth, experience, and proven trusted leadership, not misinformation. I hope you find some time to view my website, and please reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you for listening today, and I ask that you re-elect me as your mayor. Thank you.
On my closing remarks, thank you for spending the time here today. Thank you to Wasaga Beach Chamber of Commerce for all their hard work today. And don't forget to go out and vote. Thank you very much, and have a great afternoon.